The reason I'm gonna win Western States is because I've decided to put all my efforts towards mastering the most essential and specific segments of the course that have gone overlooked by top athletes for the last 50 years. And you know what? That's gonna be my superpower. Welcome to the American River. This is really special because our duck, No Hands, got bumblefoot and I haven't left the house in 10 days, like literally. So this is really special. And most of all, this is the river where champions are made. So why does this river make champions? This river makes champions because at mile 78 of the Western States course, you have to cross it. It's known as the Rucky Chucky River Crossing. Most people think of Western States as purely a trail running race, but our big theory is that it is just as much a water race, making it essentially a biathlon. So today, we're training for the water portion of the race. Unfortunately, the river is quite cold and the flow is moving much faster than it will be on race day. So Coach Reagan has decided that it would be safer for us to simulate the river crossing a little further downriver. So we're just going to do our little brick backpack jog and then we'll break down the workout. Love you guys. Before we get into the workout, why is my face painted silver? Interestingly, this is actually sunscreen. We're going to be out in the sun for several hours today, and being a fair-skinned, sensitive boy, I need to be smart and really protect myself. The workout today is going to be bonkers. We're going to start with a 37-mile speed walk warm-up that's going to have a few gallons of human breast milk consumption throughout. So we'll get some GI training there as well. Then we're going to go ahead and do 22 times Rucky Chucky river crossing simulation. And we'll get into the theory behind that and the race day strategy. But essentially, I am going to be sprinting through waist-high water, and that is going to build a bunch of muscular resistance stimulus. Finally, we're going to follow all of that up with a super spicy torso-only micro altitude chamber. So mixed bag of things today. Before we go, a very direct estimation on the amount of time this session is going to take. It's quite possible that we will be out on the trails for 7+ hours today, and I will be taking in a lot of human dairy, because one of the principles is that when you're doing this much speed walking or sprinting, you do not want your legs to be held together by kale. Kale is amazing, but it is not going to keep you healthy and adapting. I want my legs to be held together by human breast milk and cheese pizza. I'm talking Chuck E. Cheese pizza. I'm talking Rucky Chucky cheese pizza. All right, let's not just talk about it. Let's be about it. See you guys. What the 37-mile speed walk warm-up was all about was getting time on feet, walking as fast as possible, and consuming mass amounts of human breast milk. Ooh. Chug in action. Just chugged a quart. Daunted right now. So glad you're here. I love you guys. We got this shit. Love you. Looking at the numbers after, the speed at which we walked and the amount of raw human breast milk that we chugged throughout was next level to anything we've ever done before. And I just think it's our stomach adapting to the human dairy and remembering how essential those proteins are for muscular growth that, maybe we'd forgotten about since being a young child and breastfeeding. So, warm up done. Time to head down to the water. Love you guys. Now for the spicy part. So what we've done is we've gone ahead and designed a simulated Rucky Chucky river crossing. The river on race day will be approximately 60 meters wide. The water in the first and last 20 meters will be shallow enough for us to sprint, but the water in the middle 20 meters will be deep enough for us to swim. So our theory is if we can get 17 meters upstream when we enter the river and then average a 4:48 mile pace across the river, including swimming, we can then use the river's current, which should be flowing at about 1,000 CFS, to guide us across the river, and we will land exactly where we need to on the opposite shore. And if we can do that, we will cross the river in under 12 seconds, which will be the fastest known time in the history of the race. So today, we're training for that. Let's see what history can do. Our theory is that this year's race is going to be won by a matter of seconds, not minutes. So we need to concentrate on areas of the course where we can make up those seconds. Our research shows that if we are the fastest person to cross the river at Rucky Chucky on race day, we will set a course record at Western States. 4 down, 18 to go. Water, a little colder than anticipated, but no compromises. We're finishing this thing. So, love you guys. When you're doing this type of training, going with the literal flow of the river and just trusting your instincts, it's wonderful. So like, I thought it was gonna be warmer water downriver. Maybe it would have been if it weren't early spring and the water weren't coming directly from recent snowmelt nearby. But when I finished that 7th interval and recognized the very real possibility of hypothermia occurring during the session, I was like, hell yeah, you know, that nearly freezing temperature is gonna make me better, and it's gonna get even more of that stimulus. Water feels like ice, but what's the antidote to ice? Fire. So let's go do some fiery things. Love you guys. As I did each simulated river crossing, what I tried to think about was just ease into it, dance with the river's current. By the end, each one started hitting that wall, but then it's just trying not to judge, you know? This is laying a brick down on the road to Western States. I'm not religious in like dogmatic sense, you know, but the interconnectedness of things, it's where it's fucking at. So specifically like with Western States, and you know, I talk a lot about I want to set a course record, whatever. I don't care if it's me. I just want to see what humans can do in this beautiful life we have. So I know there's people putting in this kind of work, but really narrows the fucking funnel. It's so magical that sports give you this outlet to fully express yourself in the uncertainty, through some dark forests, and know that other people are there with you. So specifically with this YouTube channel and like the people watching, you know, people are literally watching and giving a crap about what I do. That is so cool. But just know that in return, like for me, you have brought me back to life. I know what it feels like to be in a dark forest alone with no self-belief and no heart. But you all have shown me that, you know what? Actually, I've always had heart. I've always had the ability to believe, and I was never alone because we are all interconnected. By showing up, by laying bricks, and by left foot right footing it, we can start to believe in ourselves and just do the thing. I've become so numb, I can feel you. Lincoln Park. One more. When you're scared, all you have to do is keep showing the up, and eventually you can get through any dark forest. And that path through the forest is lined with bricks. Bricks that we lay every day just by doing the damn thing. And guess what? After a while, if you lead with love, those bricks turn yellow and they lead you home. Thank you for guiding us home to love, and thank you for helping us lay these yellow bricks down on our road to a course record at Western States. Love you guys.